We're looking right now at some of the original circles that I painted, and what I want to show you this time is how to correct mistakes in watercolor. Most people think that when you're painting in watercolor, once the paint is on the paper, that it's there permanently, that you can't get rid of it or erase mistakes. That's not true. In most cases, you can lift off some of the paint, giving you the effect of erasing. And I'm going to show you how to do that using this circle. As you can see, when this circle dried, it dried with a line down the middle. And I don't want that line to be there, so I can erase that line. What I do is I take a wet brush, wipe off the excess water so the brush is damp but not dripping wet, and I can rub that brush over the paint and remove part of that paint. Wipe off the paint on the paper towel, and I can go back, scrub it a little bit more, remove more of that paint. That's called lifting, and in many cases you can lift so much of the paint that you can almost get back to the original white of the paper. Now, different paints act differently, the different brands and even the different colors. Some colors or some brands will stain the paper to the point that you can't lift hardly any of it off. Other colors and other brands are very easy to lift off. The paints don't stain the paper at all. One of the reasons why I've recommended the student grade paints is because most of those paints are pretty easy to lift. So in the beginning, when you'll probably be making more mistakes, it gives you a feeling of security. You can play with the paints and do some things and not worry about it if you make too big of a mistake, because you can undo many of your mistakes. So you can see here, I'm actually removing a portion of this circle. The other thing that affects how much of the paint you can take off of the paper is the paper itself. The better quality the paper is, the more likely you're going to be able to lift the paints off of it. That's a reason why I don't recommend that you purchase student grade papers as you're getting started, because most of the student grade paper is very difficult to lift the paint off, so you can't correct your mistakes as easily.